Everyone, today's video is, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna upset some people, but it is the worst books I've ever read. This is going to spark controversy, and I am so sorry. Okay, but you know what? Let's just get into it. I can't avoid it anymore. I hated these books. To start off, we have The Institute by Stephen King. I am a huge Stephen King fan, okay? I love Stephen King, but I'm not gonna lie, this book was not good at all. I hated every single second of this book, okay? Like, I hated it. I hated it so much. It was boring. That's it. It was just so boring, okay? This book pretty much follows this little boy who finds out he has powers or whatever, and he can, like, I can't remember honestly if he can move stuff with his mind or if he can read minds, because there's two different types of people in this institute that they have. One that can move objects with their mind, and then he's the one who can move things with his mind. I'm remembering this now. Okay. Anyway, so there's these two types of kids in this institute, one of which can move objects with their mind, and the other ones are able to read minds. And this book feels like Stephen King took it and Carrie and then tried to combine them and flopped. Okay? I feel like Stephen King tried to take the, like, little kid develops powers, and, you know, the underdog becomes like the superhero kind of thing, and he tried to run with it, okay? And he did not get very far, let me tell you that. I have so many criticisms for this book. First of all, there were so many spelling errors. What is up with that? Second, I had such a hard time following it. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. I feel like there were so many introductions of so many different kids, and none of them actually stayed around for the entire book. So it was like he was introducing these people and then completely abandoning them. And it was just so hard to follow. And honestly, I don't even remember how this book ended. I had to buy the audiobook because I wanted to finish it so badly, but I did not have it in me to read it. So I bought the audiobook. The audiobook was not much better. But let me tell you, I was sure happy when it was over. 0 out of 10. I hated this book. Okay, the second book, I don't have a physical copy of because I hated it so much that I got rid of it. It was so bad. And that is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. I did not like that book, okay? I got it as a gift. It was part of, like, a book exchange I was a part of. And it felt like it was okay. So it was supposed to be, like, philosophical. Like, going into it, I was like, this is going to be a super philosophical book, and it's going to teach me a lot of stuff I don't know about myself, and, you know, it's going to teach me how to not care about things. And reading it, it very much came across like, you shouldn't care about being poor, you should just get over it type of thing. Like, it was like taking struggles that you had absolutely no control over and telling people to get over it. And it's like, there are certain things that people can't get over. Like, there was, like, this entire part that felt very much like victim blaming about women being assaulted, and, like, the whole thing was just, like, so cringy, and you could very much tell it was written from a white man's perspective. Did not like it. I'm sorry. Whoever gave it to me in the book exchange, I'm glad that it's your favorite book, but it certainly wasn't mine. Okay, the last book. This, I am so sorry to say, was The Handmaid's Tale. Oh, I hated this book. I really, really wanted to like it, okay? I wanted to like it because everybody raved about it. It had been recommended to me millions of times, and it's obviously a modern classic now. I don't get it, if I'm honest. I don't get it. I really liked Margaret Atwood's style of writing. I think she has beautiful writing. I think that she's very, very well at describing things and articulating her words really well, and the story was, like, you know, I could see everything very vividly. It was her writing is beautiful, and I'd probably read something else that she wrote. But I didn't like the story of this. And I think that's why part of me is like, maybe I'll check out some of other Atwood's, like, stories and that kind of stuff, because I really liked her writing. I just hated the story. And I think one of my main criticisms was that I had no idea what was going on. And I know some people are like, that's the point. You're not supposed to know what's going on. See, that doesn't fly with me. I'm not into that. And I know some people are, and that's really great. And, people who are into the whole mystery thing, check out this book. But I didn't like it, and it was not for me. And the whole time I was like, I wanted to know more because I was kind of connected to the character, but I never got it. It was like I was like so close every time, and then I just never found out. People say that if you read, I mean, if you watch the show, apparently it fills in all of the gaps that you don't really understand from reading the book. And I've thought about giving it a chance, but I just don't know, because I'm like, I feel like that's something I really have to pay attention to. And if I've already hated the story, I'm not sure if I'm going to want to sit down and give all of my focus to watching the show. But on the other hand, I'm like, I kind of want to know what happened. Anyway, I really didn't like this book. I so badly wanted to. When I picked it up, I was so excited to read it because I was like, oh my god, like this is, such a highly recommended book. And I was so disappointed. And honestly, a lot of people have came to me and been like, Kaylee, you just didn't understand the book. Maybe I didn't understand the book. Maybe it just, maybe the whole point of it just flew over my head. But I didn't like it. Yeah, so sorry to anyone who really likes this book. I would give this book like a 3 out of 10. I mean, 3 out of 5. Not 3 out of 10. Because, like I said, the writing in it, chef's kiss. Gorgeous. Beautiful. So fluent. So delicious. I loved it. But the story just was not for me, okay? I think the other thing, too, is I'm not a huge fan of dystopians. So this book pretty much checks, like, all of the boxes of things I don't like. I think I just don't really love dystopians, especially like right now. I know this book was written quite a while before now, but I think right now I really don't need to be in a dystopian. I don't need to be reading about a dystopian. I think that like the teachings and the morals behind the book can be really applicable to today's world, and we can really dive into that to discuss the way that things have ended up, especially in terms of like political things that have just passed, and that kind of stuff. But I think for me personally, right now, when I read it, I was not in the mood for a dystopian. I did not want to read about bad things happening because obviously bad things are happening right now. So I felt like it was just too much to just take in right now. Like, I just didn't want that. Anyway, so those were my most hated books. I don't have very many because I typically like a lot of the books I read. Even if I don't love them, I'm like, you know what, that was good. That was okay. But these books, I struggled to get through. The Subtle Art, maybe not so much because it was a very short book. And I kept on hoping that he would like make this turnaround and be like, oh, by the way, I'm not being anti-feminist and I'm not being, anti-poor and I'm not being all this kind of stuff. But he didn't. So anyway, those are my critiques. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what your favorite books are, what your least favorite books are. Maybe some of your favorite books are the ones I just said I hated. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. I just don't get it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.